To the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada for a much anticipated main event. Great atmosphere here tonight. You talk to everybody ringside and they expect this one to be a barn burner. Roy Jones Jr.'s confidence is really showing through as he makes his way to the ring. Mike Tyson's making his way to the ring now, and he looks very focused for this fight.
With a record of 54 victories, with 40 by knockout and 7 defeats, from Pensacola, Roy Jones Jr. And his opponent across the ring, by way of Brooklyn, Iron Mike Tyson!
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up.
Here we go. 36 minutes still ahead of him here, round 1 of 12. What are some of the adjustments that can typically be made halfway through a matchup like this of speed versus speed?
Just to remind your charge, your fighter, that, hey, there's a lot more to this world, to this fight than just speed. Why don't you start doing other things? Why don't you start feinting a little bit? Get the guy out of position a little bit. Get him into false moves.
Blocks the headshot. Good work defensively by Roy Jones. Plus, he landed that counterpunch.
Yeah, and he forced him to punch. He made him, he drew it out of him, and then he timed him beautifully.
Halfway through round number 1. Nice two-punch combo by Roy Jones. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Good block by Roy Jones. 10 seconds to go in this round. Mike Tyson's got to deal with a cut cheek. This round comes to an end. And Teddy, easy to note here that he wasn't landing a lot of punches. Now he was throwing them up, but he wasn't landing a lot. Is that because of his opponent's defense, or is he just not that accurate of a puncher?
No, it's a combination. First of all, his opponent's pretty slick in there, pretty good at bobbing, weaving a little bit, slipping a little bit, making himself a difficult target, but his punch is a little wide. Needs to shorten them up.
Not able to connect with the uppercut. Blocks a shot and then does nicely to work on his own. Jones is coming up big here early on in the fight. because he just showed his opponent, hey, listen, you got to be careful. I can counterpunch you.
No better way to slow down your opponent. You know, we know the other way you slow him down. You hit him right on the chin, and you make him say, hey, I don't want to walk in. But when you make him miss and you counter, that slows him down, too.
Wow, Mike Tyson is really in tough shape here, on the precipice of having this fight stopped.
When you've been the kind of guy that's on the other end of it, like Tyson, who's dishing out the punishment, dishing out the hurt, not used to being on this end of it. He only has a couple seconds to figure it out.
Roy Jones Jr. has never been bashful about boasting of his skills and accomplishments. Do you think that that has helped him throughout his long boxing career?
That's a good point, Joe. I think his personality is definitely connected to his particular skill sets. If he was an artist, he's a guy who expresses himself not on, of course, the canvas traditionally, but inside that ring, inside that square circle, by the way he goes about his business, in a flamboyant way, in a way that has a lot of passion, a lot of flair.
And that's the end of round 2. Let me paint this picture for you. You got to figure out a strategy, and your fighter's down to one eye.
Well, I hope that he read some history books, or he watched a movie named 300. You saw that movie, didn't you?
Yep.
Great movie about the Spartans where they were outnumbered, and they had to get the terrain right to fight the fight. They had to get into the mountains where the greater forces, the great army, could not be the great army. They could not get in there and battle where they could take advantage of their superior forces. That's what he's got to do. He's got to move the fight into a portion of the ring where he will not be vulnerable on that side.
His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Jones is sitting back right now, Teddy, and looking for that counterpunch opportunity, isn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's waiting, you know, he sees that his opponent is in his armory, so to speak. You know, he's in his castle. He's getting him to come out of his castle. He wants him to come out of his castle, so now he can attack.
The old 1-2 scores for him. Hits him in the mug with the right. Tried to land it, and that cut will end the night. This is gonna be a technical knockout. The ref saying the fight cannot continue due to that cut.